And welcome back to Morning Talk. You're listening to KSVC 980 AM and 100.5 FM. Porter Huntsman and Dylan Nielsen alongside with you this morning, and it's time now for our radio roundup interview for today. And this morning we are joined by Sevier County School District Superintendent Cade Douglas, as well as the Cedar Ridge High School Principal Mark Stewart. And Cade and Mark, thank you so much for taking the time to join us this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
Pleasure to be here.
Glad to have you on, and we'll get started with Cade Douglas this morning, and a couple of things you wanted to mention with going on in the school district. First off, let's talk about grading.
Yeah, we're way excited to be back in school. I guess to start off, the fall weather is here, and it's fun to have all of our sports and extracurricular activities going on. And it was a little warm there as we started off the school year in our schools, but we're into some cooler weather, and things are going great. We're really off to a great start. Last Monday, we had a special training for all of our teachers and several other support staff where we're doing a lot of work with assessment and grading and really trying to sharpen our saw and improve our skill set when it comes to how we assess student learning and then how we grade that learning. One of the things that was said, we had a national expert by the name of Myron Dwick present to us, and then he'll actually be coming back 3 more times. He'll stay for a week with us and spend time in mostly our high schools and middle schools and really support and help teachers sharpen the saw on grading and assessment. But one of the things he said that really stood out to me was that for a long time, assessment and grading is something that we do to students where we really ought to be doing it with students. And I thought that was pretty profound. We want to involve our students more in the process, give students more voice and choice in the process. There's a lot of research that shows that students improve in their outcomes, in their assessment and grading when they're more involved in it, when they have choice and voice in the process. And I'm always saying this, but I really believe that success is the greatest motivator. And so one of the keys to success is providing, especially for students that aren't motivated, provide opportunities for success for them. Even if it's just baby steps, give them the opportunity to succeed at small things and then build upon that to where they're successful. So our goal as a district is to not have any student fail. We want to have 100% of our students succeeding in their classes and having great opportunities opened up for them and reduce the number of students that are failing.
Definitely, and one way to help promote that success is, making sure kids are in the classroom.
Yes.
With the COVID pandemic, learning from home, that hybrid learning system, it was convenient then, but it seems like since then, some people have had a hard time getting back into the classroom. We've had attendance issues, so how's that working right now in the Sevier School District?
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up, Porter. We've worked really hard on our culture and making sure that students want to be in school. And we're seeing that. Obviously, human connection is the key to learning. It always has been. It always will be. So we're strong believers in face-to-face instruction. We want students with the teachers having those wonderful human reactions. I mean, I think all of us could talk about a favorite teacher or several who changed our lives for the better. And usually when you talk to people about teachers, it's the connection. It's the relationship that they had that made the difference. And I say it all the time as well, but several of my teachers are still very close to me. I still check in with them. I still have a strong relationship with them. And that's why I went into education. We can pretty much guarantee that our students will be successful, that they won't fail if they're in school, if they come to class. And that starts at an early age. We need parents' help, especially when students are in elementary school and middle school. And then as they get older, they've developed those good habits and they come to school. Like I said, we even have data that show if students are in school, they succeed. Very rarely does a student fail in our school district if they're attending school. So it's so important. So parents, listeners, grandparents, neighbors, be that one caring adult in the lives of children. Be that person, put your arm around them, help them get connected to school, help them find interest. We offer, for a school district our size, more than anyone that I'm aware of as far as pathways and opportunities. Anything they're interested in, they can get involved and get courses in and be successful. So yeah, we found that if students are connected, they're on a pathway, then the grades kind of take care of themselves.
All right, yeah. The importance of being there and learning in the schools is definitely never understated.
Yep.
But anything else you'd like to mention while we have you here this morning?
No, we're just excited and we appreciate the support. Always like to give a shout out to all of our teachers and all of our support staff, our good principals, our bus drivers, food service workers. It's amazing. We live in such a wonderful community. We just had gooseberry, the third grade gooseberry experience, and it went just amazing. I spent a lot of time up there this time around, and it's just such a blessing to see what we have in our community. We have so many wonderful volunteers that we just live in a great place.
Well, did Annie Bangs make her appearance?
She sure did. She's one of those. She's one of those good people, and once you realize that she's not as mean as she looks, then it's pretty fun for kids. It's meant to be a fun experience, and most kids have a good time.
Definitely. All right. So sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you mentioned that your whole goal is to help students succeed, whether they're ahead or behind or anything like that. So that's something that Cedar Ridge helps a lot with when students fall behind. That's something you were mentioning to me before we got started here. So tell us a little bit about that.
Cedar Ridge is a great school with a lot of great students. We love our kids. The one thing that they share in common with one another is that they're credit deficient. There's probably a thousand different reasons why that's happened, COVID being just one of them. But they come to us, they're behind. We've got a system at Cedar Ridge in place that will help kids get caught up, and that's the goal. Unfortunately, we run into the same attendance issues that a lot of the other schools are facing right now. It seems like COVID definitely set out some bad habits that we need to correct soon, really soon, and get kids back on track. However, when we do have kids there who are motivated, we can get them a diploma, and that's our number one goal at Cedar Ridge, is to get them through the system, get a diploma in their hands, get them ready for the workworkforce.
That's great.
Or post high school education.
Right. You also mentioned that you do some adult education stuff.
Absolutely.
Too.
We have a program at Sevier County Jail. Last year we had 4 graduates that came from the jail. Mr. Widows does a phenomenal job there with the inmates that are going to those taking those classes. We have a couple of teachers at Youth in Custody that also focus on those kids and give them instruction. Depending on what age they're at, if they're high school age, then they can earn credit for graduation. We also have an adult ed program out there that's already underway. So it's never too late to get a diploma. So if you didn't make it across the finish line before and would like to finish that diploma, we can get you an adult ed diploma. And the best part about it's free. It doesn't cost a dime to show up. Let's get you registered, get you some classes. If you have to work from home or remotely, we'll work with you on that. Or we can provide a location at Cedar Ridge High School in the evenings from 5 to 8 o'clock. So we're pretty versatile that way. Our goal is to get people a diploma in their hands.
Now, I went to high school here in the Sevier County School District. I graduated from Richfield, and it seemed to me like when I was in high school, there was kind of this false narrative about Cedar Ridge High School, that it was for the kids that had gotten in trouble, and that's all it was there for. But like you mentioned, it's so much more than that. It's helping people that might have missed out on getting their degree that want to go back and finish that. Along with that, though, I had a couple of friends who went there because they wanted to take extra credits and graduate early. That's something else a pathway that they can go down there.
Yeah, absolutely. We do offer that. We offer credit recovery for the other high schools, primarily Richfield High School. There are occasions where we can help students with different classes here and there that have motivation to be done early. It really depends on the principal at those high schools and the counselors to find the best path for those students, and collectively we can come up with a plan for those kids to get those classes that they need.
Definitely. So once again, this is Mark Stewart, the principal for Cedar Ridge High School. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners while we have you in today?
Well, I just appreciate the support from our superintendent, from the Board of Education here, our local board. They've been so supportive in giving us the resources that we need to be successful at Cedar Ridge High School. And our kids, I can't leave those kids out. They're phenomenal. We don't have troubled kids at Cedar Ridge. We have kids that might be behind, but they're great kids.
All right. Well, once again, joined this morning by Sevier County School District Superintendent Cade Douglas, as well as Cedar Ridge Principal Mark Stewart. Is there anything else either of you'd like to mention to our listeners while we have you in this morning?
Just like Mark said, just grateful for our community and our students, and thanks for having us on. We love to come on and share ideas. We do have a very involved school board, and all of our employees are just so great to work with, and we've got a great thing going.
Yeah.
Things are great, and we love to come on and share those things.
I've said it many times. We're really blessed to live where we do and have the options. We have so many options for the size of community you have with Cedar Ridge High School. We have the normal schools throughout the district. We have Snow College here where people can get credit. The technical school side of that with different accreditations really is a great place to live with lots of different options. And so we appreciate you two for being involved with that and making that possible.
Yeah, shout out to Snow College as well. They work so well with us. We really align all of our courses at our CTE center, and all of our other courses at our high schools are aligned perfectly to match with theirs, and it just springboards our students into their programs, and it's just great. It's really, I don't know that our community and parents and students realize how fortunate we really are to have all the options that we have. So it is great.
Well, once again, joined this morning by Superintendent Cade Douglas as well as Cedar Ridge Principal Mark Stewart. Thank you, two, for taking the time to join us this morning.
Yeah, have a great day.
Thank you for having us.
That's going to do it for our Radio Roundup interview this morning.